Good morning. Oh, God, that's bright. Good morning. How are we all doing, everybody? Are we good? Oh, I'm kicking everything anyway. I'm having a right kerfuffle this morning. And it's all kind of unfolding before my very eyes from the second I woke up. So come on in here. Come and get a cuddle. Come and give me a cuddle because I need one this morning. How are we doing? First past the post this morning, we've got Govinda Sandhu. Good morning, good morning. We've got Charlotte Clark in the house. How are we all doing? If you are popping by, do say hello. I'm makeup free this morning. I have cleaned my face. I want to keep it that way. Good morning. Am I ready for some sass? I'm ready for something, Joe. I'll tell you something. I'm ready for something. So we woke up this morning and there are talks about Manchester going into a stronger sort of 3-tiered restriction situation, which has a direct impact on Be Inspired, which is next fucking Thursday. It's next Thursday. We've already postponed it once. So if you do have tickets to Be Inspired, stand by your beds. I am going over to the venue today for some crisis talks with the venue and with the videographers and with the team. I'll be talking to the cohort as well, who have been amazing through all this, by the way. So I just want to give a huge shout out to this current cohort. This current cohort are honestly some of the most phenomenal people I know. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to shout out and honor every single one of the speakers for Be Inspired. We've got Shell Showett, Christine Wright, we've got Dipti Solanki, we've got Jane Baker, who's going to be in the March one. We've got Lisa Wynn, Naomi Ella, Nikki James, Nikki Sprosa, Nikki Rowley, and Tina Pavlou. They are our speakers. We've also got a guest speaker, Fidel Bohill, for Be Inspired, which is meant to be next Thursday. So it's meant to be a week today. We're meant to be getting ready, getting the room ready. Only news reports have been rumbling for a couple of days, but seeming a bit more solid as we're kind of waking up and opening our eyes this morning about it may not be a possibility for especially because we're in Manchester, for Be Inspired to go ahead on Thursday. So we will be having conversations around what that looks like. We will be having conversations around potentially postponing it. So we will not be cancelling it in any way, shape or form. But what we might do, I'm going to put it out to you guys whilst we're having a conversation. I am talking about this privately as well with the cohort. Talking about potentially doing maybe like a 2-day festival of Be Inspired next year, of doing some extra online bits and pieces, of course. But yeah, it would be really cool if we were to do a 2-dayer next year. Would you guys be up for it? All good things are worth waiting for. I know, but these ladies have worked so hard for 18 months. And 18 months, for 8 months, it has been, it's one of those things. We've worked so hard on their messaging, on their talks. Their talks are phenomenal, and we just want to do them for you all. We want to do these talks. So there's going to be some announcements in the coming days, specifically around Be Inspired. If anybody is unable to postpone, refunds are fine. It's absolutely fine. So don't worry. Or if you just want us to hold your ticket to when we postpone, then we will do. But that is just that kind of the conversation that's happening right now in my inbox. And the reason why I share this with you all is because it isn't all plain sailing. None of this is, and we have to remain nimble and we have to remain open, because none of this is precedented. None of this is the way that things are going, and we are all being affected by it, every single one of us. So it's just a case of now, us as the team, so here's how we're going to handle it. Us as a whole team, as a cohort team, and as a work team, we're going to work together. We're going to make something happen. We're going to make some good stuff happen. We're going to learn some things out of this. We're going to deliver some incredible stuff, and we're still going to have the event when the event is allowed to go ahead. So just as an FYI, just as a stand by your beds, these are the conversations that are happening today at IATQB HQ. It's not ideal. Am I pissed off? Yes. I'm furious. I'm fuming. I am fuming. But we have a potential here to make this a really big event. So yeah, just wonder. Like I said, I was kind of rubbing my eyes this morning, and one of our incredible cohort, Dipty, was like, "You do know there's these conversations happening." I'm like, "Yeah, I know," and I'm going to speak to the venue today. And then as we all started to read the news, we all started to kind of see there's something more than a rumble that's going on. And if we look at the trends of when things have been filtered to the news and when things have been announced and when things have been implemented, chances are that it's highly likely that we may have to look at a postponement. But I know you booked. This is why I'm telling you all now, because I want to keep you all in the loop. What I don't want to do is get to Wednesday and then us have a situation, have us have a situation. So yeah, I'm just trying to give as many viewers sort of notice as possible. We will be keeping you informed. Everybody who has purchased a ticket, we will be liaising with you directly. So as today unfolds, it won't be right now because I've opened my eyes. We've had this conversation. I've jumped on here with you all. It won't be this morning. I'm going to go to the venue. I'm going to speak to the venue this afternoon. I'm going to speak to the cohort because they're the important people. These are the members of the mastermind. These are the speakers. I'm going to make sure we have things like alternative dates that are available and all of that sort of stuff. And then we will make some more formal announcements. Is that okay? Tell me in the comments. Tough if it's not. I'm going to deal with it as best I can. So with that in mind, huge thank you to the current cohort for being incredible. For being absolutely incredible. We know that this is fine now. We know that this is, it is what it is for now. And it's not an issue in terms of the wider, like how we're going to get things done. We're going to do some more exciting things. We're very good at IATQB for thinking on our feet. And that is exactly what we are going to do over the course of today. So yeah, interesting day today ahead, which is good. Because I like being kept on my toes, don't I? It's not like you girl aren't busy enough, but we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it and we're going to make it okay. And do you know what? We'll probably look back on this morning and go, oh, I remember that happened. And we did this. And then we're going to do something incredible off the back of it. So yeah. Thank you. It is. It will be taken out of my hands, and that's all right. And the girls and the speakers are totally like with us with that. So we're here and sending positive support. Thank you, Nikki. I love you too. Festival with the Be Inspired cohort and professional speakers. We can do, there's all sorts that we can do. There is all sorts that we can do. So yeah, we will start cooking. We will start cooking up those plans today. Never a dull moment in IATQB HQ. You're telling me I need an holiday. Better to be pissed off than pissed on. Yeah, I get it, Michelle. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely, I get it, Charlotte. Sorry, just have a look at that. See what the stipulations are around your booking. I think a bloody festival field would be mental. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. But yeah, more to come on that. That is the breaking news this morning from IATQB HQ. I'm not even asked about the weather. I'm going to look anyway. Oh, it's shit in it. It's been shit Preston this morning. Oh, sick. There we are. That's what the weather's doing where you are in the world. Oh, God. So Nikki Sprosen, did I tell you about this? I'm gonna dingus and on. Let's have a bit of grounding. There we go. We're gonna dingus on. Get a little bit centered. Oh, do you know what? I'm glad I'm going through it with you all. Leslie's taking me in the car again. Do one down south. I know the thing is, the way it's popping up, all these local restrictions are popping up like popcorn, and it does feel like the media. If you remember, like let's go back to like January when whispers started happening, and then other things started happening, and then we just knew something was going to go off. And for me, what it feels like is they're heading for a circuit breaker lockdown for half term. That's what it feels like they're gearing us up for. So I don't think we could do much. Manchester is the home of Be Inspired. It's the home of the bees. It's pissing it down in Hertfordshire. What else is it doing where you are? Anyway, right, enough of all of that. Do stand by your beds. We'll be making more formal announcements today. That does not mean for those people that are taking part in Be Inspired for the next cohort, we will still be going ahead. Everything will be going ahead as we need it. We will still be like doing all of the learning. We still have the doors open to the Be Heard So You Want to Be a Speaker course. Doors close to that tomorrow night at midnight. If you have not got your spot on Be Heard So You Want to Be a Speaker, you need to go to iamthequeenbee.co.uk, go and packages, Be Heard, and go and get your spot before doors close tomorrow. We start on the 21st of October, and that is DIY, Standard and Pro tier. Don't miss it. There are only 8 spaces left on the Pro, and there are only 10 spaces left on the Standard, and then that is it. We're going to close the doors. All right. Ami, are you in the back there, babes? There she is. I see you. This morning, other than the drums, and do you know what I mean? I don't do drums anymore. There's no drums. It's just all popping off, isn't it? We're just going to roll with the punches. I've got my hoodie on this morning. My Make No Apologies hoodie. But this morning we're going to be talking about product-based businesses and how this incredible person has been supporting product-based businesses throughout the whole of the COVID situation. She's been doing such epic work, and I can't wait to share her with you. Good morning to Ami Rabheru. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm falling to pieces. No.
I just heard all of that. And it feels exactly what you're saying. It feels like that we are in a circuit. We are going to head to a circuit break lockdown, and
it's a pain in the dick, is what it is. I mean. Let's not mince our words.
It is. It absolutely is. And the detriment to product-based businesses and everybody in the industry, the wedding industry and hospitality and everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one of those times when we talk about, I've got an echo going. I don't suppose you've got any headphones, have you, Ami? Or getting me on. It's like having like a multiple me's.
You are. Let me take.
We're mute. I can't hear you now. No, because we're mute.
How about now?
I think I still hear myself. I hear myself louder now.
Oh, it's louder. Oh, damn.
It's all right. Oh, hang on. No, I can't hear you at all.
Hang on. Sorry. Great start.
It's all right. Do you know what? It's just the testament to. I'm glad it's with you, Ami. I'm glad we know each other and we're friends.
Yeah. Now that's my camera. I was meant to do audio.
I think.
Right.
We'll survive.
Okay. Now.
That is beautiful.
Is that better?
I'm still getting it. I'm me on the repeat. But
I'm
going to say as little as possible.
Oh, really?
And ask you a question.
Oh, bless you. I'm really sorry.
I mean, tell us. Sorry.
I left my speakers inside the house. I'm in the studio, so I don't want to leave you. And
I'm in the studio.
I'm in the studio. I don't want to get it. It's not a recording studio. It's nothing fancy. It's my because I also have a product-based business, don't I?
You do.
Yeah. So look, let's start again. I'm Amy Rabheru. Hi, everybody. A retail business mentor, and the Queen Bee is not going to be speaking to me today because she's echoing.
I will speak. I still speak to you. It's just not so much, so I don't annoy everybody listening.
It's my fault. I had to rush in here. Had to get away from my little one. My husband's doing the school run today, and it was a bit of a mad rush to get into here. But listen, firstly, thank you so much for inviting me here to speak to you, to your group. I absolutely love what I do, and I absolutely love sharing my knowledge. So thank you.
You are so welcome. And it's a necessary conversation that we're having right now. Because things are looking a bit weird and a bit strange again.
Totally. And just as we've stepped into the golden quarter, we face, like you said, I was listening to what you said, we face even more uncertainty and these new waves of restrictions with more to threaten, more to threaten retail, more to threaten all of us, but, I talk product businesses. And with the more to come, all of this actually affects consumer confidence, consumer behaviour, and whilst there's a very real physical threat to physical retail, what we saw in the first lockdown was that there was a massive spike and a massive flurry of online spending. In fact,
The one click on Amazon was a nightmare for everybody involved.
it was actually, and actually, it was the largest we've ever seen. In terms of, and when consumers or when customers form new shopping habits, they're here to stay. They don't.
Yeah.
We don't do U-turns on those habits. We do them, and in fact, the e-commerce evolution has literally fast forwarded a decade. I remember I was talking in January to my group saying that these are the predictions in 10 years' time. 40% of sales will 40% of non-food sales will come from online, and who would have known that it would have happened literally in the 6 months? It's absolutely crazy. And online sales actually has been predicted to be the largest ever spend this fourth quarter as well. So
Crackers, isn't it? And what are you finding with the businesses that you work with? Are they doing as much as they can online? Is Amazon, I think I know the answer to this,
yeah.
is Amazon taking the capital? And so there is a shift to cheapen prices and get onto Amazon. Like, what's happening there?
Yeah, so we all know from the news and everything that we read that Amazon has done brilliantly. Of course they have, but actually there's when we think about the doom and gloom of the news that we're reading about in the papers and the retailers not doing very well, it's actually the small businesses that are seeping through those cracks and actually doing really, really well. Obviously there's mixed stories. There's small businesses that couldn't sustain and have ceased trading, and that's very sad. But there are some that were able to be agile and make those moves quickly, change their product ranges to suit what's happening in the market now, and get themselves online and do the things that they need to do. And the reason why the small businesses are sort of winning at the moment, I suppose, is because they are able to make the decisions and they don't have to sign it off with a board of directors, and they're able to move quicker. They're able to be agile, and that's where the small businesses are winning. There's lots of winners out there.
We were talking to the owner of the London Sugaring Company yesterday.
Okay.
Talking about the importance of being nimble, and the importance of being able to, dare I say it, pivot. I know, like, we've all talked about it, but like with the word pivot, it isn't necessarily pivot like altogether. It might just be to shift and sharpen how you deliver what it is that you deliver.
Absolutely. And over the last few months, when we look at what big retailers have been doing, and actually all retailers have been doing, is reworking their online strategies, tightening up their budgets, so being nimble, and focusing on the product shifts that they have to make alongside the market demand, because the customer is doing, thinking and feeling something very different now. When we saw a spike, when we were in lockdown, we saw a spike in yoga wear, lounge wear, slippers, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I am kitted out in the lounge wear.
I know.
So when it comes to product-based businesses, what can they be doing right now to be getting ready for what is the golden quarter in retail?
Yes.
With buying being so different, what can they be doing now? Because now's the time, isn't it? Well, September, October, getting ready for November, December.
Yes. So product, absolutely. Like we said, a lot of the retailers have been working on their product strategies, and keeping your product relevant is going to be really, really important. And absolutely, not taking risks right now. I've lots of product businesses have asked me, yes, but you're also saying that it's going to be the biggest quarter online. I'm like, yeah, if you are good and you have nailed your online strategy, and you've nailed driving traffic to your website and to your selling channels, then ride the wave.
Because you can't just jump online and go, I'm online, everybody, and expect the world of it. Like fall over themselves and start buying from you.
It totally doesn't work like that. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work driving traffic to your website. We know that as online entrepreneurs. It's hard. It's not easy, and it's the same with product-based businesses. Driving traffic to your website is one of the hardest things you can do. But actually, what's also coming up as one of the winners and one of the key opportunities in the Golden Quarter is online marketplaces, so third-party marketplaces, which are now becoming our virtual department stores. So Etsy, I don't want to say the A word, but and it is what it is. But they are becoming our online marketplaces, and they are better, and they are good at driving the traffic, and they are, they've got big budgets behind their advertising campaigns, and the people who are almost doing this sort of multi-revenue, building this sort of multi-revenue machine, are doing well, because then they're not putting all their eggs into one basket. That's definitely one of the opportunities for small product businesses online, to trade in third-party marketplaces. I'm a real advocate for you must have your own website, but when we think about the short, sharp returns, that's definitely one of them.
Yeah, with websites it's great because when you have been found,
Yes.
it's a great asset to have to provide clout, I guess.
Yeah.
But no one is going looking for your website.
Yeah.
So there's somebody across, I don't know, in Australia isn't looking for iamthequeenbee.co.uk. They're just not looking for it, because it's when they stumble across me, they got to find out a little bit more about Dani Wallace and what she does.
Yes.
And it's the same for everybody. Have your website in place, yeah, absolutely. But you've got to get people in there.
And that's one of the hardest things to do, Dani. It's not easy. You do hear of success stories, but they are the sort of, the one in the million, one in the billion ones. It is one of the hardest things for product businesses to do. So I think when we're talking about quick wins for the Golden Quarter, third-party marketplaces and building sort of multi-revenue streams that way is one of the key things where I see small businesses are winning.
And finding communities as well.
Yes.
So, for example, in the Hive, there's over 1,000 people in the Hive.
Yes.
And there will be threads in the next couple of weeks that will go, who sells Christmas presents?
Yes.
Who sells gifting? Who sells things that you can gift to other people? And I think it's community owners' responsibilities to help the people in their community to network, and so we become our own little microeconomies.
Totally. And it is like micro influencing a little bit, because that's what's going to help drive interest. And actually, when you think about the retail revolution and what's been happening, and particularly over lockdown, is now we're doing virtual pop-up shops and virtual selling a lot more than we ever were in virtual pop-up shops. So there's a whole new wave of things that are happening online. And actually, when you talk about gifting is a huge driver for Christmas sales, obviously, and so customers will be looking for that convenience of being able to send gifts, buy gifts, and send them directly to their recipients this year, at no-brainer sort of price points as well. Because what we know about online is it is sadly full of discounting, and you've got to make that easy for the customer, as easy as possible, where people are purchasing gifts. It's not like when they shop for themselves, they won't just go over their budget. They always have a budget in mind. When we're buying gifts, we always have a budget in mind. We're buying just making your CTAs really clear, making your price points really clear, having that good, better, best strategy in place, that good, better, best pricing architecture in place is really important, because when people are looking for gifts, they're looking for stocking fillers under £10. They don't want to spend more than £5 or £10 for stocking fillers. If they're looking for a gift for a friend, it's £20. If they're looking for a gift for a loved one, it's 30 or 50. I sound stingy there, don't I? But
but it's true. If you think about wider spending brackets, yes, there are people who spend more than that on the loved ones, absolutely. But if you look at wider spending and the people that alternatively would have used the high street, then that's what I looked at before I was in the situation I'm in. It's still, I'm not filling the kids' stockings up for 20, 30 quid a pop.
Of course not.
No. I'm going pound shop, wrapping loads of stuff up. We've got loads of stuff.
Well, because it just ends up in the skip, doesn't it? That's what I want for Christmas, a great big skip right now.
Oh, don't. It's my favourite thing to do. I'm an advocate for getting rid of your stuff.
And actually, when you think about customers, when you think about what people are doing, thinking, and feeling this year, they are shopping earlier for Christmas this year. So I have clients actually who have been selling Christmas crackers since July. That blows my mind. And it's for a few reasons, I guess, that spring
I
to
don't
mind.
need them people in my life.
It's
I love
crazy, isn't it?
Christmas. From September, it's all right. I can think about it.
It's mad, isn't it? But I think it's because there's a whole generation now that are spending more time online than they ever have.
Ever,
They've
yeah.
never spent this much time online.
Mhm.
They've bought things online that they would never have bought online. Actually, there's statistics that say that 40% of people that shop online have said that they never shopped online before, and they bought something online that they would never have bought before.
It's like we have the whole of the middle aisle of Aldi at our disposal. And we're sat there thinking, we need some eggs. So we go online and we go, let's have a look at some eggs. And you come back with a trumpet and a lilo.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
then
what's
also,
go on, sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying that also I think this year the other thing that springs to mind is people know that they won't be spending time with their loved ones this year.
Right.
So they will be buying the gifts online. So they will have to buy the gifts online. So they are just being organised and thinking ahead about buying a gift online to send directly to their recipient. And I also think that we are, because we've had a shit year, we are all looking forward, aren't we? 2020 hasn't been good for us, and we just want to fast forward to Christmas, don't we? It's been awful. And I suppose the other thing that springs to mind as well, and I don't like to say it because I don't like to encourage it.
Say it.
Stockpiling and panic buying mentality has become a bit of a habit for some people.
The
They
big
are scared
sausages
of
as
missing
well.
out. I mean, honestly, Dani, if I go into my supermarket first week of December or any time in December and I see more Christmas crackers on the aisle than toilet roll, I will eat my words.
Honestly, but this is it, isn't it? I was thinking about this last night. Even though people were panic buying,
Yeah.
once that had assuaged,
Yeah.
we didn't run out of anything.
Did we?
We had everything that we needed.
Yeah.
Still, because we could still go shopping.
We did. We absolutely did.
This is the memo to the great British public that are watching right now.
And it's funny, isn't it? I was just
Don't.
watching Tesco's advertising campaign yesterday, and they were saying, we'll have everything you need, so you don't need to worry.
Calm
That's
your
actually
tits.
part of their advertising campaign this year,
Hold
So,
yourselves. We're all right.
yeah, it is. It sounds like that as well. It sounds like that in that tone. If you come across it, let me know.
Hold it, lads. Hold it. Amy, tell us what brought you to the product space? What brought you to the retail space and then supporting people within that?
So
It's interesting.
I spent 18 years in the world of retail corporate buying, working for some of the biggest names actually on the high street, M&S, Next and Tesco's, to name a few. And I suppose I left my blood-sucking corporate career in 2016, and when I left, I call it blood sucking, but I'd had my child then. I went back to work. I know, and I didn't like the idea of that feeling of being torn between my child and my career, and I definitely didn't like asking for time off because my little person was sick, because you know how sick they get at nursery, they're constantly getting sick at that age. So when I left, I was just a mummy for 6 months, and then I got itchy feet. 18 years in corporate doesn't make you want to sit and do nothing. And I then started my very own niche fashion brand, which is still going strong, or it's still going. It hasn't been strong in the last 6 months. And now I also help small businesses, small product businesses, to learn those big business skills, and I do that through my membership, the Productpreneurs Hub, and I do that through one-to-one coaching and courses.
And you do such an incredible job. Like we see so many incredible product businesses that kind of hang out around and in your space or work with you, and then want to be really strong. It's getting those foundations in place, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's giving them confidence as well, Dani. I think as small product businesses, we so easily get knocked. We get knocked when customers don't buy our product, or when they walk away from us saying, "Oh, it's too expensive," and it's teaching the big business skills of how we price products, how you price your product to market, how you work out your profit, because it is all about that. And there are a lot of businesses that I work with say, "Yeah, I'll make money one day." It's like, no, no, no. What about now? You've got to make money now. Pricing is such a key part of your business. It's and when businesses are in such a creative space, all they want to do is work on the creative, and they don't want to sort of make their price architecture really clear. But the price is the only factor that influences your bottom line. So ensuring that you have strategically priced product is really important, and it can maximize your opportunities even through the golden quarter. When you need to rebuy stock that's selling out, you need your cash flow.
Yeah, and it's easy, I think, almost too easy to slash your prices, Amy. What do you feel about that? Because one of the messages that I share with
Yeah,
small businesses is almost like hold your ground. Like you say, having the architecture in place at the lowest that you can go to for the
yeah,
period of time that you can, but then have waves of your marketing that are going to protect that.
yeah.
But don't slash your prices because you're scared no one's buying.
No. And we see that a lot, don't we? We see this sort of scattergun approach to discounting, which is brand damaging, looks distressed,
We
doesn't look
can't do what
appropriate.
the supermarkets do, which is price each other down and down and down, because
Yeah,
then you're not making any money.
you don't make any money actually, and
We don't have the capacity of small businesses
no,
to do that. They do because they have thousands of products.
yeah,
So they can mark up in different areas and mark down in different areas so they can look competitive.
absolutely, and they do that strategically, Danny.
Mhm.
Having been inside a supermarket, it's all in their marketing. It's all in
Yeah.
the how it looks to the customer. It's not what it's all about. And actually, promotions. Funny that we talk about discounting, because I am in the middle of running a challenge this week. Build a knockout festive promotion. So I'm
Oh,
teaching
nice.
productpreneurs how to build promotion strategically into your marketing, because
Mhm.
that's a massive opportunity through Q4, actually one of the biggest ones. And promotions should be strategically built into your product business,
Yeah.
particularly through Q4, but actually always, because they are a driver. And what do promotions do? Well, they attract, engage, and convert your customers.
They
They
bring
create
them in.
noise. Absolutely, that's what they do. They drive traffic. They generate sales and profits. They increase your number of transactions. And promotions actually work really well when you are just promoting one or two product ranges, not being scattergun about, oh, right, 20% off everything today, because I really need some money. Don't look distressed. And actually, what I'm teaching the product businesses this week is how to elegantly convert your customers into making those purchases. Don't look scattergun. Have a strategy behind
Quick,
it.
buy my
Still
shit.
make profit. Still make
Quick.
profit. Absolutely. And creates excitement and energy around your brand. And we all know that little bit of excitement is what drives the footfall in. And then, so you get new customers into your world. But then what you're also doing with doing those promotions is you're converting the existing people that are already in your world, that have already been following you for a while. Um, and it gives yourself a chance to distinguish yourself against the competition as well.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but promotion should absolutely be planned into your seasonal strategy. So they should never look scattergun. They should never look distressed. They should be planned.
And the thing is, the audiences smell it a mile off as well.
They do.
They can see it.
And you
They're
just
shitting
train them.
themselves here. Look, quick.
Yeah.
And then they'll just hang on until you knock all your prices down.
They will. You will. You will be training them to wait for the next promotion or the next
Yeah.
discount or the next sale. If you do them on a regular basis, your customers will identify the patterns. They
Yeah.
absolutely will. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's funny, like I worked briefly in product within a multi-level marketing
Yeah.
situation, selling makeup.
Yeah.
And what I would do to drive my sales in
Yeah.
was discount my commission off the top. So I'm
Yeah.
not making anything. I'm making brilliant numbers. My numbers are
Yeah.
fantastic. I'm making any money. And it's just being super, super careful of that. And I know we have out there watching, members of the multi-level marketing industry, you're in this to make money, you guys. Like, please don't like forego your stuff. Your businesses, your companies that you're with will do enough in terms of promotion. Don't feel like you've got to do any more. Show up as yourself. Like, do all the good stuff, like showing up. So whether you do have a bricks and mortar business, whether you do have a regular business, or whether you are within the multi-level marketing industry, breathe. Like, know that you are allowed to do these things, and do hang out in Amy's group. Brilliant.
You're absolutely right, and I talk a lot about value-based pricing actually. And have you ever heard the saying, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get"? And really, the notion behind that is how much the customer is willing to pay for your product is very little to do with the cost, but very much to do with the value of what they're buying and what they perceive that value to be. And all of that comes through your marketing, your branding, and how you talk to your customers, and how you engage them. And that's the key to converting customers to understand value in your business. So yeah, really, really important. And they are spending more time online, more than ever now, and there is lots and lots of online noise, so it's going to be really, really important. And also, I think with the economic situation and everything that's going on, they're more likely to be really thoughtful about spending, and how they spend, and they are less likely to make impulse purchases like they would in physical retail. So they are likely to be making really considered purchases this year. And like I said, they're likely to be sending their gifts directly to the recipient, because they're unable to be with their loved ones. So it's going to be a really important one, I think, this year, deciding on what your products are,
It's going to be interesting.
how they're priced, what promotion you put behind them, and what your customer is doing, thinking and feeling, and making sure that your product ranges are absolutely spot on. They absolutely need them, and they understand the value of them as well. So yeah, the icing on the cake will be, of course, postable gifts that are a no-brainer sort of.
Things that you don't not maybe necessarily have to sign for, but fit through a letterbox.
Yeah.
And you see lots of flower companies doing that right now. Hamper companies are doing that now, where they've got possible hampers where they come in the long boxes and what have you. So even thinking about how you package your products as well, and making them postable.
Yeah,
and giving the customer good experiences when they're opening those things as well. Like, just how nice they look when you're wrapping them up, instead of just in a plastic bag and hoping for best.
No, I think you're absolutely right, Dani. And and it's one of the big things that retail experts are predicting, that retail customer experience is going to be more important than ever. Like, it's always been important, but how the customer feels when they receive your package. It's not just when it doesn't stop there, does it? It doesn't stop. You've made the sale, it doesn't stop. You have to continue that experience, in your delivery note, your delivery procedures, your returns procedures, when they get the goods, how they unpack it, how do they feel when you've unpacked it? Is it wrapped in tissue, or is it slung in a plastic bag? It is really important. So no, you're totally spot on. Yeah.
So what have you got coming up next? You're doing a challenge this week.
Sorry?
You're doing a challenge this week?
Yeah, sorry.
So
I am. I am doing a challenge this week, yeah.
Can we catch up on that? So if there's somebody out there that's watching that thinks actually they need some help, can we catch up with that?
Of course, I can drop a link in, no problem. It's called Build a Knockout Festive Promotion, and I am teaching you how to elegantly convert your customers to purchase, and how to run profitable promotions. So yeah, really, really, really good week. It's been a really good week, actually. And I teach all of this and loads more in the Productpreneurs Hub membership as well. I'm incredibly proud of that space. I launched it about a month ago, about 6 weeks actually, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I wish I did it earlier. The drive and the commitment of the gorgeous members, it really makes this place amazing. It's a unique combination of community, mentoring, and masterclasses, and it gives you access to retail expertise, of course. But yes, if anyone wants to jump onto the workshops this week, it's called Build a Knockout Festive Promotion, and I'm happy to drop the link.
Please do, because I know there'll be lots of people who find that really helpful. Amy, thank you for joining us this morning. It has been a pleasure to have you. And I will see you soon anyway, because we're friends and we talk.
Yeah.
I'll speak to you really soon. That is Amy Rabheru, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Love you lot. See you soon. That was Amy. What a fabulous, incredibly knowledgeable. Like, there is nothing that lady does not know about the retail space and buying trends and all of that. She's worked in that space for so long. She knows her beans. So if you do have a product-based business, go and check her out. She's going to pop the links in the comments there. Right. You lovely lot. I am going to, I'm going to get myself changed. I'm going to head on over to Manchester. We're going to have the talks. I feel like we're having our own like government summit. The IATQB summit is going to occur this afternoon. We're going to make some decisions over Be Inspired. So please stand by your beds and your emails if you do have a ticket. With regards to what next week is going to look like on the 15th, that is Be Inspired. Chances are that we may have to postpone, and it is with everybody's safety in mind that we will be doing that. Yes, I'm aware that we've already postponed it. I'm not, I know you guys get it. I know you all get it, and that we have to do the right thing for everybody involved. So I will let you know. Stand by your bed. Send the good vibes. We may be looking at a 2-day IATQB fest in the new year. So do. It's Cobra B, isn't it? The beast for Cobra. I know you all do, and I know. Thank you so much for your continuing support. I'll let you know later on today. We'll make a more formal announcement. We will be emailing ticket holders. So here's the chain of events will be: we'll have the meeting, make some decisions. The first people that will know anything will be the cohort. They are the speakers, and we will make some decisions over what we're going to do as a team to deliver something cool to you. And then we will email all of the paying ticket holders to let you know what to do with regards to either a refund or a sort of postponement of your ticket and a shifting of your ticket over onto a new event date. All right, my darlings, I love you loads. I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, joining us in the morning, we've got the fabulous Liz is going to be joining us. Don't miss us. We're going to be having a chat in the morning. Don't miss that. We have, what was I going to say then? Doors closed. That is the final thing that I'm going to say. Doors closed to Be Heard. So you want to be a speaker tomorrow at midnight. Don't miss your spot. We have 8 pro spaces left and we have 10 standard spaces left, and then we are sold out for this cohort. There are 4 spaces on the Be Inspired Mastermind. If you do want to talk to me about that, we've got some wicked testimonials that have come through. If you want to speak to any of the previous or indeed current delegates about the experience, feel free. Drop me a little line if you want to know any more. All right, Be Inspired and Be Heard closed tomorrow at midnight. Don't miss the boat, because we won't be opening up again until March next year. So we need to get you speaking about your businesses. We need to get you. You heard what Amy was saying this morning about the need to be getting online and building consistent conversations with your audience and bringing new audience to you. Let's help you do that. Right. Have a good day. I'm going to go step into the breach and see what my inbox is doing. Oh, thank you. Get your bums through the door before it closes. Working with Dani is next level magic. Thank you, Emma. Right. I'll see. Godspeed. I'll see you later on. I love you.